एग्जाम्पल विराट कोहली, अगर विराट कोहली फिट है तो वो एक आईपीएल सीजन ज्यादा खेलेगा, एक टेस्ट सीरीज ज्यादा खेलेगा, एक ओडीआई सीरीज ज्यादा खेलेगा। और एट द पीक ऑफ हिज करियर 35-40, वो पीक पे उसकी एक सीरीज की वैल्यू 10 करोड़ 20 करोड़ प्लस जो भी उसके एडिशनल पैसे बनते हैं, तो वो कॉस्ट है। सो हम लोग सीए में ऐसा बोलते थे, सोचते हो कि एक साल लेट सीए बना तो क्या हो गया, 25-50 हजार रुपए सैलरी है तो एक साल का वो 5-6 लाख रुपए की कॉस्ट है। पर वो 5-6 लाख की कॉस्ट नहीं है, 2 साल लेट सीए हुए तो आपके पास जो काम करने के इयर्स है वो 2 साल कम हो गए। तो जब आपके आखिरी इयर्स में आप करोड़ों में कमा रहे होंगे, वो 2 साल कम कमाओगे तो उतने करोड़ का लॉस। आई सॉ टीवी शो कॉल्ड अमेरिकन मसल
Hmm.
बैक इन 2015, and I got inspired from the guy called Mike Barvis. I reached out to him. I went to US to study, and then I was like, anyways, I wanted to do a business, started accountant, and I fit होऊंगा तो मेरा दिमाग अच्छा चलेगा, दिमाग अच्छा चलेगा तो डिसीजन मेकिंग अच्छा होगा. If that is there, my business will grow 10x.
ये आपने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज बताई. इट इज ऑल कनेक्टेड.
Yeah, everything. So life की वैल्यू नहीं है ना. People come and tell me, oh, so much money or X amount of money to fix the health. इतने में तो मेरे को हाउस हेल्प मिल जाएगा, पापा के साथ रोज 24 घंटे रहेगा. नाउ इट्स नॉट अबाउट a help staying with them. Is he okay with someone else wiping their shit or bathing them? No, they're not. So why do you want to be at that stage? So that is the quality
Right.
of life that I talk about when we talk about improving it. Fitness did to me, from what I learned, from what I've seen around, is we've helped people get back to walking who are coming to me with a stake. We've helped people get back to the sports they love and being able to contribute to someone's lives where they can do the things that they love.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Set Talks. Today we are diving into the world of fitness, entrepreneurship, and personal transformation with someone who's not just redefining the fitness but creating a movement. Get ready to meet our incredible guest, Mrunal Ved, the visionary founder of FitFormance. Mrunal has been on a vision to realize how we think about the fitness, health, and lifestyle. Fit performance isn't about the workouts. It's all about building an integrated system that empowers people to live healthier, fitter lives. What makes Mrunal's journey even more inspiring is the raw and honest, the way he shares his own experiences from navigating the pressures of entrepreneurship to balancing personal and professional growth. If you have ever felt by life's demands or struggle to find out balance, this episode is for you. So grab your headphone, settle in right now. We'll dive into Mrunal's inspiring journey. Welcome to Set Talks, Mrunal. How are you? And first of all, thank you so much for taking out the time for this.
I'm happy to be here, Cedric. I'm glad to be with you and sharing the journey and inspiring a lot more people to be on the path of transformation, personal transformation
Right.
and professional transformation.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mrunal. You've been busy, still you managed time for this podcast. I have some questions lined up for you, Mrunal. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Mrunal, what inspired you to start FitFormance?
So, Cedric, I come from a family which is all on professional background. My
Hmm.
dad is a practicing company secretary. My younger brother is a lawyer. I'm a chartered accountant myself.
Right.
So, everything that we do revolves ideally around business and finance. But sports is something that has inspired me since I was a child. I was playing speed skating. I played nationals, then I played football, volleyball for my school and college teams. So fitness has always been something that has been with me along the journey and that has helped me crack my exams much faster, stay much more, improve my cognitive abilities, as so as to say. And that is what inspired me towards fitness. And then I saw a TV show called American Muscle
Hmm.
back in 2015, and I got inspired from the guy called Mike Barvis. I reached out to him. I went to US to study, and then I was like, anyways, I wanted to do a business. Chartered accountant degree was just a gift to my dad. Coming from that
Right.
academics, he was like, let's just finish this. I'm like, let's just do it. That's for you. I want to do business, and why not do something that you actually love, that has been a part of your life through and through. And I was happy to be blessed with family that also supported me through the journey.
So, Mrunal, I was going through a profile. The numbers business because you have done CA,
Yeah.
and then you have built fit for performance. So entrepreneurship. So that is something is really inspiring about your journey. So can you
Yeah.
share
So,
the yeah, tell me.
yeah, please, go ahead, go ahead.
So I was asking the vision behind creating an integrated fitness ecosystem. What
So
does it? Yeah.
the primary vision here is to positively impact a million lives by 2030.
Hmm.
What fitness did to me, from what I learned, from what I've seen around, is we've helped people get back to walking who are coming to me with a stake. We've
Right.
helped people get back to the sports they love, and being able to contribute to someone's lives where they can do the things that they love has a lot of satisfaction to it. Knowing numbers is just an advantage because
Right.
unless a venture, whether it's an NGO or any organization or a corporate organization, unless it's cash positive or unless it's making money, it cannot survive for a longer period of time.
Right.
So knowing numbers helped me do that, but my primary goal is to help those lives, because
Hmm.
each life that we've impacted is impacting the next four lives which are closest to that life. So that compounding effect is much higher than the compounding effect that money or numbers has.
Right. Right. So, Mrunal, so many lives has been touched with your work uh, with fit performance. Last year I had an episode with Avikashar. Like he is the investor at Artha Ventures. He said, building a business, there should be you have to figure out a bigger problem. So I feel you are solving a bigger problem.
Yeah, so see, there are two ways to health. Either you spoil it and go to the whole medical system. Again,
Hmm.
a lot of people say that, the medical system is bad. What I say is that it existed because we reached to that level where we spoil our health. And that is where the whole importance and existence of medical system came into picture. But now what we are working on is all on the preventive healthcare side, where we already know what's on the other side. Then why do you even try and go on the other side? Why not work to stay on the side where you are at? So that's the whole perspective that
Right.
we look at.
So, were there any specific movements, if you can recollect, challenges that shaped your mission at FitFormance?
So there were a lot of challenges when you look at it from, are you wanting challenges from the business standpoint or from the actual life-changing moments that we had
Or
with her, with the
both,
people?
if you can share.
So, see, I've always lived in a family, like we've lived together. I had my grandparents staying with me. And whenever I used to see people in the West, people at a certain age,
Hmm.
they did not look that age. Someone at 80, 85 is still the CEO. People above 80, 75, 80 are still running for presidents.
Right.
Whereas people in India at the age of 75, 80 consider themselves old, and they're like, oh, I can't even walk. I can't go to the washroom on my own. So the importance or the value of life in this country is is extremely less.
Right.
So if we are able to positively impact and improve the quality of life, then that will be a life-changing moment. So for me to be able to ensure that everyone makes the most of the life that they have on this planet, world would be a much better place. So that these are the things that you see in your daily life. And I see my grandparents moving and seeing, and then I see other people, and I'm like, that's where the difference lies. And why not go and contribute to it? Because there's a very gray area. So there are gyms that help people for weight loss and bodybuilding. There are great hospitals and physiotherapy centers that help people come out of surgeries or get surgeries done. But there is nothing in between that can bridge the gap where people do not have to go to hospitals, or if they've gone to hospitals, they can still come back on the extreme sporting or fitness journey. Or if they are on one end of the spectrum, now weight loss makes no sense to them, but their physical health still makes a lot of sense. So, that is the gap, and
Right.
that is the gray area that we are here filling it in.
यू मेंशनड इन इंडिया जब भी हो जाता 60 years के बाद हम लोग रिटायरमेंट पे हो जाता है.
Yeah.
आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर exciting experience. Few days back, I had a podcast with she's from Los Angeles, USA, and she recently she got Fortuna Global Award. She's still traveling to Dubai, Singapore, Germany. She's 71. So you are totally right, Mrunal. बाहर में तो मतलब फॉरेन में तो people are focusing on
तो
this fitness.
लाइफ की वैल्यू नहीं है ना. पीपल कम एंड टेल मी, वो सो मच मनी और एक्स
Hmm.
अमाउंट ऑफ मनी टू फिक्स द हेल्थ. इतने में तो मेरे को हाउस हेल्प मिल जाएगा, पापा के साथ रोज 24 घंटे रहेगा. नाउ इट्स नॉट अबाउट a help staying with them. Is he okay with someone else wiping their shit or bathing them? No, they're not. So why do you want to be at that stage? So that is the quality
Right.
of life that I talk about when we talk about improving it and impacting the lives.
Mrunal, uh, are there any setbacks that taught you valuable lessons, if you can share?
Also, every setback comes with a lesson, um, and there is always a hidden lesson. The only thing we need to do is we need to stop crying while we have a setback. One of that being that we were at a business location where the numbers of the leases and everything was not making sense. So we had to shut down that place.
Hmm.
But if we shut down the place, that's a great, bigger impact on the business. So I was stressed for probably over a month or so, trying to figure out a solution. And just because I was put under that pressure, I was constantly forcing myself to find a solution and carving out time. We were able to find a new place, take extension at the existing place, get the new place ready, and move to a new place without having any money in the bank. We Everything fell in place. We had a new place जिसने बोला "हाँ, मैं सब करके देता हूँ." The original place extended the thing. So things fall in place if your intentions are right. And second, if you force yourself to find a solution. But if you cry कि मेरे पे ही सब प्रॉब्लम क्यों आता है, मेरे पे ही सब आता है, मेरी लाइफ में ऐसा है, my life is such, my
Right.
life is that, then you're going to suffer. But if you say, okay, this thing has come, how can we handle it? How can we process it? And how can we ensure that this does not happen to me again? So if you ask these three
Mrunal,
questions,
somewhere I feel आपका you have a very strong mindset कि कई setback है but you are focused. जो करना है तो सो करना है.
हाँ वो नहीं तो नहीं होगा ना.
Right.
All people who succeed, if you see, when you say it ke you have to be like people that you want to be. If you talk about any great individual around the globe, any visionary will be termed as insane or idiot or stupid, और ये तो गांडा है, इसको नहीं समझ में आता है. That is
Right.
what people at large would say. ये तो पागल है. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. And those are the people who go out and achieve things in life.
What's your proudest moment in your journey so far?
Uh, so I had a wonderful team with me, because when you're running a business or when you want to grow a business at a certain speed and scale, your team is everything to you. The team stayed with me till COVID. Even during COVID, the business took care of them, the company took care of them, we all took care of each other. Right after that, they all left. When company needed them back, they all left. I was able to push through right after COVID, build a new team, get on my feet again. Same thing happened to me again in exactly next 18 months. I was again able to evolve, come out. Now, through this couple of team iterations, couple of location iterations, we are at a point where every team member is in the right place. Every team member is aligned to the common goal of the company, and company is aligned to the goals of the team. And being able to build that team, that a army, or being able to build the best army in the world, is something that I'm extremely proud of,
Right.
because I'm grateful to be able to take care of those many people, those many families who are dependent on this particular thing, and they are also contributing to the larger impact. Without knowing, they all joined the journey, and now they all realize, they still don't realize the scale at which they will be contributing. And I'm very excited to see their faces when they realize that a few years down the line.
So when you're starting Fit for Performance, you never, I think you never realized इतना fast में आपको result आएगा,
अ,
right?
इतना फास्ट रिजल्ट आएगा तो एक चीज थी, पर इतने चैलेंजेस मैं सरवाइव करके आगे जाऊंगा was समथिंग दैट
Right.
आपको पता ही नहीं है ना, आप क्या एक्सट्रीमिटीज से
Hmm.
डील करने वाले हो. यू नो द वर्स्ट के सिनेरियोज दैट वुड पुट ऑन पेपर, उससे तो मैं 100x वर्स्ट के सिनेरियो देख के वापस आया हूँ.
वो एग्जीक्यूशन ही बहुत ये चैलेंजिंग होता है, बट यू
So
ओवरकम
that
इट.
is the main thing, no ideas. So every corner you will find ideas.
Right.
They are all million trillion dollar, billion trillion dollar ideas, but execution is the key.
How important is community in achieving fitness goals?
Community and ecosystem, we call it ecosystem. I'm using the word ecosystem because
Yeah,
everyone knows
ecosystem.
that word with Apple ecosystem and
Right.
Samsung ecosystem and all of this technological ecosystems. Ecosystem is the primary thing which keeps you on track. What you said, that you hang around with people that you want to become.
Hmm.
Let's say in a family, one of the family member is trying to get healthier, or in a group of friends, one of the friend is trying to get fit. The rest of the ones want to go out and party and just chill and eat food, outside food and stuff like that. That one person will always be like, it's okay, let's miss your workout today. It's okay to eat out with us one day. It's okay to do that. So even if that person is trying to change, the rest of the people will pull him back. That's what we call it as crab mentality. They will not let anyone get out of that bucket, if you've heard that story.
Right. Right.
Uh, you know, so that is what happens. If you are in an appropriate ecosystem where one of them is trying to get healthy and everyone says like, let's all get healthy together. And they all start eating healthy. They are still spending time together. They are still having that sense of belongingness. But instead of parties, they are now going out to play sports or going out on hikes or eating the right kind of food. So having a group of people, as we call it, community in today's world, or ecosystem in the technological world, who are on the same belief system and similar journey as you, makes a lot of difference. Because घर में चार जने रह रहे हैं तो चार जनों का अलग खाना नहीं बनने वाला है. खाना जो बनेगा किचन में एक ही बनेगा. तो या तो सबका अच्छा बनेगा या तो सबका
Right.
जंक बनेगा.
This is the like a truth about most of the Indian households. Right. Right.
So it's going to be the same. So एंड जिसके साथ रह रहे हो इफेक्ट तो करेगा. आपको एक्सरसाइज करने जाना है, बोले छोड़ना नहीं जाना है, चल मेरे साथ बैठ के टीवी देख, चल बाहर चलते हैं. सो हाउ विल यू गेट हेल्दी if your goals are not aligned? So that is where community and ecosystem play a major role to bind each and every individual to that cause.
Mrunal, what trends do you see shaping up the future of fitness?
I see a lot of technological involvement into fitness. That is one. Secondly, community driven fitness will be
Right.
the primary thing. अभी ऐसा है कि people want to go out and train with a personal trainer or a personal coach, and everyone does their own thing. But eventually, we are going into an artificial world with AI and with this metaverse, and being on Zoom calls all day or being on your emails all day,
Right.
that you would want human interaction. And you only have 24 hours. Time is linear, but you still have got 24 hours. So या तो वो 4 घंटे में आप पार्टी करो, या तो वो 4 घंटे में सोशलाइजिंग करो, या हेल्थ का ध्यान रखो. But what if you can do both? And that is where the world and the industry and the trend will move towards. Anything that brings people together will flourish and grow in the times to come.
If you could give one piece of advice, someone who is starting their fitness journey, what would be?
I would just say one thing, which is consistency. And to develop consistency, have very, very small goals. If you want to lose 10 kgs, 12 kgs in a year, that is 1 kg a month, that is 250 grams a week. And to achieve 250 grams of weight loss is an outcome. You need to exercise 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week at least. You stop eating outside food, घर पे बना के जो खाना है खाओ. A lot of toxicity in your life will move away. So दो चीज करोगे, अगर कंसिस्टेंसी लाओगे और उसको छोटे गोल्स में ब्रेक डाउन करके डेली ट्रैक करोगे, रिजल्ट्स आर बाउंड टू कम. वेदर यू ट्रेन
ये
विद मी.
मृणाल, आपने ब्रेकडाउन किया ना, ये काफी सिंपल तरीके से आपने बताया इन डेप्थ में, बट स्टिल इन इंडिया वी आर नॉट एबल टू फॉलो
सो
मेजर इट।
सो एक चीज है कि जो चीज का पेनल्टी होता है ना, वो चीज फॉलो होता है. इंडिया में जब तक ट्रैफिक वायोलेशंस के फाइन 50 रुपए 100 रुपए थे, तो सब ट्रैफिक वायोलेट करते थे.
राइट, राइट,
अब जैसे 1000 2000 5000 के चालान फटने लगे, तो सब सिग्नल पे खड़े रहने लग गए,
राइट,
सब
राइट।
हेलमेट पहनने लग गए, सब स्पीड लिमिट के अंदर आ गए. सो फाइंड योर अकाउंटेबिलिटी पार्टनर, जिसको बोलो कि मैं हफ्ते में 5 दिन वॉक करूंगा. अगर जो वीक 5 दिन वॉक नहीं किया, आई विल यू विल हैव टू टेक 500 रुपीज फॉर मी, और 1000 रुपीज फ्रॉम मी, और 2000 रुपीज फ्रॉम मी, वॉट एवर स्केल यू आर एट. बट दैट अमाउंट ऑफ मनी शुड बी समथिंग दैट शुड हर्ट यू. अगर आप महीने के लाख रुपए कमा रहे हो, तो आप अगर एक हफ्ता नहीं करते हो, तो उसका पेनल्टी 2-3 हजार रुपए कम से कम होना चाहिए. फिर 200 300 500 रुपए होगा तो वो हर्ट नहीं करेगा, तो ठीक है, हाँ ले ले. And that money can go to charity, to help poor, to help animals, whatever you want to spend. But that's not your money. Or you have a jar कि उसमें डालूंगा, ये पैसा सीधा डोनेट कर दूंगा. So then you'll realize कि what is the amount that is going there. So find an accountability partner, or find your purpose which is bigger than losing weight, which is मैं फिट होऊंगा तो मेरा दिमाग अच्छा चलेगा, दिमाग अच्छा चलेगा तो डिसीजन मेकिंग अच्छा होगा. इफ दैट इज देयर, माय बिजनेस विल ग्रो 10x.
ये आपने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज बताई, इट इज ऑल कनेक्टेड।
Yeah, everything. So that is what athletes do, right? For example, विराट कोहली. अगर विराट कोहली फिट है, तो वो एक आईपीएल सीजन ज्यादा खेलेगा, एक टेस्ट सीरीज ज्यादा खेलेगा, एक ओडीआई सीरीज ज्यादा खेलेगा. और एट द पीक ऑफ हिज करियर, व्हेन इज 35 40, वो पीक पे उसकी एक सीरीज की वैल्यू 10 करोड़ 20 करोड़ प्लस जो भी उसके एडिशनल पैसे बनते हैं, तो वो कॉस्ट है. सो हम लोग सीए में ऐसा बोलते थे कि आप लोग ये सोचते हो कि 1 साल लेट सीए बना तो क्या हो गया, 25-50 हजार रुपए सैलरी है, तो 1 साल का वो 5-6 लाख रुपए की कॉस्ट है. पर वो 5-6 लाख की कॉस्ट नहीं है. आप 2 साल लेट सीए हुए, तो आपके पास जो काम करने के ईयर्स है वो 2 साल कम हो गए. तो जब आपके आखिरी ईयर्स में आप करोड़ों में कमा रहे होंगे, वो 2 साल कम कमाओगे, तो उतने करोड़ का लॉस होगा. तो अपने आप अभी से मेहनत करोगे. यू सी
ओके।
व्हाट इज योर फ्यूचर लॉस देन योर करंट लॉस.
ये अपने मतलब ये अच्छा पर्सपेक्टिव बताए फ्यूचर लॉस का। राइट। हु इंस्पायर्स यू इन योर जर्नी, मृणाल, बोथ पर्सनली एंड प्रोफेशनली?
सो see, I constantly look up to different people for different goals. मेरी लाइफ में ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि मेरे को इसके जैसा ही बनना है. लाइक फॉर माई माइंड सेट, आई गेट इंस्पायर्ड फ्रॉम एथलीट्स. the way they fight back, the way their stories have been. With basketball, it has been Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Uh, with Formula One, it has been Lewis Hamilton. उसके पहले सालों पहले, I read about him later and then I got to know was Ayrton Senna. So these are athletes that teach you a lot about grit and perseverance, जो mindset की बात करते हो. Then there are certain aspects of business which you learn from Tatas and Birlas of the country, where they made money but they still worked on building the country. Their Ratan Tatas or Kumar Mangalam Birlas, their grandfathers, they themselves, they've shaped the country. So कौन से एरिया में हर एक एरिया में अलग अलग वो लोग इंस्पायर करते हैं. For my personal journey, it's been my grandfather. The way he's lived his life, if I can even get anywhere closer, I'm more than happy.
Oh, Mrunal, what's next for FitFormance? It's been so successful. It's had a like I would say fast track. Any exciting project if you like to share?
So with FitFormance, we already have 3 locations. We are in talks and on the final stages of closure for setting up 2 more physical locations. All our physical locations are like clinics
Right.
where you get the access to the physical infrastructure in form of exercise and nutrition. And then all the online model and the online coaching that we do is all our consultation in terms of your assessment, your goal setting, your accountability. What you said that I cannot be so regular, and that is what we provide. We provide accountability partners to you, coaching partners who are qualified into psychology, exercise, and nutrition. So we do those things. So we're scaling up online, but to support that online scale, we are also working to set up, physical clinics and locations in multiple cities around the country, and that is through franchisee partners. So that is something that is coming up. You'll see in this year. We already have our own apps live through which we coach people and mentor people and we get people onboarded. So उसके टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट्स है. वी हैव हार्ट रेट मॉनिटर इंटीग्रेटेड इनटू आवर एक्सरसाइज प्रोग्राम्स की चालू करते वक्त रियल टाइम में हार्ट रेट स्क्रीन पे दिखाएगा एंड दैट्स हाउ यू वर्क आउट. So science, technology, everything team, everything has been integrated, and this is a year where we will be moving to multiple locations. And I'm not kidding. We've been growing at 4x, 5x year on year for the past two
Right.
years. But now
Sorry.
is the time to amp up that speed to 10x growth year on year. So looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting year.
तो मृणाल जो ऐप है आपने जो बोला इट्स ऑन प्ले स्टोर राइट फिट परफॉर्मेंस
It's on Apple Store, both the platforms, iOS as well as Android.
सेम नेम से
FitFormance,
फिट
yes.
परफॉर्मेंस ओके मृणाल कैन यू शेयर मंत्र और फिलोसॉफी दैट कीप्स यू मोटिवेटेड
Uh, the only thing that keeps motivating me every single day is to better myself every single day. I am not in competition with any of my competitors, any of my brands, any other professionals. But the person I was yesterday, I need to be a better person than yesterday. That is my biggest benchmark. And I want to reach to a level where my mindset is actually bulletproof in all the ways. I know I have a very strong head, very strong mind, but I want to constantly keep it growing and evolving every single day.
Some fun questions, Mrunal. Imagine
Yeah.
you are 25 again. What financial step you would take to set yourself on a path to achieve financial independence? And what action would you take to scale up your career? And how do you invest in yourself in 2025?
So first, if I was 25 again, the first and the foremost thing I would do is I would not have access to my bank accounts. I would hand it over to a professional
Hmm.
and they will manage the funds for me, because the spending or the decisions that you take at 25 in terms of your personal spending is highly irrational from the financial principles that you learn. It's still passionate, but I would still hand it over to someone else so that those things are much more optimized than they would have been. Um, Secondly, investing in myself, there are two main things that I invest for myself. One is investing in being in the right room with the kind of people that I want to become like. So whether I would have to pay for a dinner, or I would have to travel, or I would have to pay for any workshop or seminar just to meet someone, I would do that with my eyes closed. And the second thing that I would invest heavily in is my own self, which is my intellectual abilities, my physical health, my mental health. Because if my body that carries my soul is all right, everything else can be achieved.
Right. Well, if you could have a dinner with any historical or a spiritual figure, who would be and why?
Hmm, I would probably love to meet Osho, uh,
Hmm.
purely because of the controversies and the extremities that have surrounded him.
Right.
I would like to know his honest views on what he feels where his decisions went right or wrong, because everything we have right now of him is all what the media has shown or what has been documented. But
अच्छा, अभी भी
what
उनके बारे में मतलब मतलब
वो तो
जो भी
हर
आपने
एक का
बताया वो
राज उनके
मीडिया मीडिया का सच है।
आप समझो ना, आज के डेट पे इफ आई एम टॉकिंग टू यू राइट नाउ, when I know that this podcast is being recorded, it's going to be broadcasted,
Right.
versus me talking to my closest friend and talking about having those honest conversations. Those conversations are very different. And
Yeah.
being able to have that honest, transparent insight into someone else's perspective is something, I would really love to know and engage in.
काफी इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें आपने बताया। यू नो हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट मृणाल, यू फ्रॉम यू आर ए सीए, you're from finance background. How important is financial literacy, and what we can do to improve it in our schools and communities ecosystem, if we can say?
So, financial literacy is the most important element of literacy. The only way to do that, which I feel, is to introduce real world in virtual way in schooling system, which is kids pay their own fees through virtual money, kids buying their own books through virtual money, kids doing things, whether it's in form of playing or, being disciplined and getting paid for it. So, they start relating that if I'm disciplined, I'm paid for it, it's rewarded. So that thought process alignment needs to develop from the early age, because most of the businesses, very good businesses, very good entrepreneurs, have failed because of financial mismanagement. बिजनेस मॉडल में कोई गलती नहीं थी, इम्पैक्ट या जो वैल्यू क्रिएशन था उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, प्रोडक्ट में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, बट जस्ट बिकॉज, सो कैश इज लाइक ऑक्सीजन फॉर एनी बिजनेस.
Hmm.
सो ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई हट गया या वो मिसमैनेज हुआ, उसमें डेथ हुई. So if we know how to manage your oxygen, like humans में बोला जाता है कि physical fitness और mental fitness के लिए, if you learn how to control your breath, you are good. That is what the yogic and Ayurvedic science says. That is what pranayama says. So in the same way, if you control that part of it for your business, it's going to be wonderful and everyone will turn out much better.
Very important perspective you have shared. Managing finance is the oxygen for businesses, right? No, this is the last question.
Yeah.
Final question. Imagine this: you are in a room with Elon Musk, Amitabh Bachchan ji, and Donald Trump. You have a chance to ask each of them one question. What three questions you would be asking these iconic figures?
Uh, so I would, to Elon Musk, my question would be to what was the trigger point in his career, or the tipping point in his career, that he started thinking about goals like taking people on Mars, saving the world, saving the globe. Like those are goals. The goal that I talked about was impacting a million lives, then impacting India, then impacting world. Where their thought processes evolved or started from कि मेरे को लोगों को मार्स पे ले जाना है, I want to electrify the world. So those are the big dreams. उसका क्या tipping point था? That is something it would be interesting to know. Um, for Amitabh Bachchan, I would want to know about what he felt during the times that he came out of that struggle when he lost all his money and then how he bounced back. So the whole thought process, execution, and the journey is something because everyone's lives will have falls, but how you bounce back is more important. So that is something I would love to know. For Donald Trump, again, it's the way we see it from outside. I've not known him personally.
Right.
However, it would be like you had all the money in the world, or you could have built all the money in the world. What was your one craving point to go and fight for power? Especially you are a president, then you are not again, and you are still wanting that power and want to be at that top. He could easily, the amount of money he has, he can easily go out and play golf every single day and just keep doing that. His age is also at that level and he's done what he had to do. But what still inspires him to keep doing this new wild things?
Wow. Mrunal, this is a wrap up. Wow, what an incredible conversation with Mrunal we had. From the passion that fuels his mission to practical tips and life lessons he has shared. I hope you are walking away as inspired as I am. Fitness isn't about looking good. It's about feeling strong, balanced, and taking care of yourself, whatever life throws your way. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This episode is for everyone, whether you are a student, aspiring entrepreneur, or purely want to know about fitness. This episode is for you. I have included Mrunal's LinkedIn profile. Make sure you follow him on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, Mrunal, for taking your time.
Thank you, Cedric. Thank you so much for having me.